Everyone in America knows this man by now, and the act of pure evil that he committed. But while law enforcement and pundits still try to determine how this man could have committed this act, its far-reaching implications for security of American children has become the focus of the debate in a suburban public school district across the river from the nation's capital. Major Mike Webb, who ran for U.S. Congress last year in Virginia's 8th Congressional District with the endorsements of a Medal of Honor recipient, 2 former U.S. Marine Corps commandants, and the first female Assistant Secretary for Defense and Intelligence, has been raising the issue regarding the safety of Arlington public school children that has gone ignored for far too long. On Tuesday, October 3rd, 2017, after posting comments that captured over 25,000 impressions in a conversation stream that has surpassed 1 million impressions on Twitter for the previous 3 weeks, and regarding the security failures that made the Las Vegas massacre possible, and which members of the press are only beginning to analyze, Major Mike Webb sent a priority 1 security message to the Arlington County Public Schools Superintendent, Patrick K. Murray, the Arlington County School Board, the Arlington County Board, and the Arlington County Police Department. He disclosed to them a significant security threat that he discovered on August 31st, 2017, after arriving at the Arlington County Board of Education, directly next door to one of that district's traditional high schools, and where he found the security desk unmanned. As a retired Army counterintelligence officer who stood up the counterintelligence operations cell after the Oklahoma City and Atlanta Olympic bombings in the 1990s, Major Mike Webb conducted a spontaneous vulnerability assessment and was alarmed at the findings. Events in Las Vegas this past weekend prompted him to share some of his findings with responsible agencies to avert a similar tragedy in an affluent suburb of our nation's capital. But more alarming than Major Mike Webb's security findings was the reaction to them by responsible agencies. He received only an automated acknowledgement from the Arlington County Police Department and the Arlington County Public School Board, while the other Arlington County leaders chose to ignore him. For security reasons, Major Mike Webb chose not to disclose the particulars of the security findings in his report, but in a campaign where his Democrat opponents have used unconscionable means to secure a victory in what should be a Democrat stronghold, Webb is not in the least surprised at the callousness of his opponents and their disregard for the safety of our children. Just 2 weeks after the announcement of his intention to pursue a candidacy for the Arlington County Public School Board, Senator Tim Kaine's Blue Virginia posted a blog with a picture only of the primary school-age niece and nephew of Major Mike Webb, but not Major Webb himself. Targeting the youngest family members of Major Mike Webb, he was quick to respond, but it took over 3 months for Blue Virginia to erase the post, while it continued to be replicated by Arlington County Democrats on social media. Since the early days of his congressional campaign in 2016, Arlington Democrats have engaged in cyberbullying, not just on social media, but also in personal emails and in inbox messages, prompting Major Mike Webb to seek a protective order with the courts and file several police reports. Major Mike Webb, publicly known to be diagnosed with a mental health disorder, even received messages from an anonymous internet troll attempting to incite him to suicide by text. It is significant to note that the personal email messages and inbox messages ceased immediately after Major Mike Webb submitted his court petitions and police reports, but no official action was ever taken. Major Mike Webb is very concerned that this conduct, in which the current school leadership has at least acquiesced in, makes a farce and fallacy of the bullying policies that were recently enhanced by the Arlington County Public School Board on recommendations of the superintendent, and the chilling effects on fair and free elections in the Commonwealth. This will no doubt continue to be a major issue in the month left before the elections in November, where Republicans need to make a dent in the solid blue region of Northern Virginia to emerge victorious. Other legal proceedings initiated by Major Mike Webb to address the corruptive influences and actions of former Congressman Jim Moran and his successor, Darrell Fire, continue to weigh on the minds of voters, and there may well be a November smile after this October surprise for Republicans statewide. Monique O'Grady, a pro-abortion and anti-school choice candidate received the nod from the Arlington County Democrat Party Committee in May after her triumph over the incumbent during their party caucus in May, and she has received the strong support of Blue Virginia and Jim Moran, publicly known as the Intimidator. Surprisingly, the Arlington County Republican Party Committee leadership has been opposed to Major Mike Webb from the outset of his campaign, and they appear to be throwing their support to the Liberal candidate in opposition to Major Mike Webb, publicly known to be a staunch Christian and unabashed conservative. Note, shortly after filing this report, and 3 days after Major Mike Webb's security recommendations, Superintendent Patrick K. Murphy informed him that he would look into the matter 15 minutes after Major Mike Webb reminded him on social media to pay attention to the matter in a 1 million impression stream, speaking to the power of social media working for you.
And Webb expressed this morning to this media agency that he really did not want to pursue this course of action, but just as the rules are the rules, the law is the law. After a highly suspicious termination, after his campaign for U.S. Congress broke local precedent in press coverage as a conservative challenger in the most liberal and reliable congressional district in the former state of the Confederacy in December 2015, Webb has been unemployed, bankrupted, and is currently homeless, residing in what is called by his staunchest critics a luxury car where he is only playing the martyr. Stay tuned for continuing developments in this case of corruption in Northern Virginia, and to be the first to know when the next shoe drops. At WEBB, we get the news first, and we get it to your doorstep from the street.
Is this just another conspiracy theory? Is this the deep state at work, retaliating against persons who supported President Donald Trump? Is it a tale of the corruption of another multi-millionaire using his wealth to purchase influence? Or is it all just a huge misunderstanding? Wherever the facts take us, we will continue to report this story that no other news agency is bringing to the voters of Arlington or to the American people. Stay tuned for more updates. God bless you, and have a good day.
And that's the way it was in the 2017 Arlington County School Board race. I am Major Mike Webb, and I am running for Arlington County School Board. Good night, and God bless you. Back to you in the studio.
This advertisement was authorized by Mike Webb.